Hello, I'm Audrey Simoneau. Welcome to Ellsworth Cemetery. We're here today to tell you a little bit about what's going on in this old Civil War cemetery, started by 6 Civil War soldiers returning to Westminster from the war.
Hi, my name's Tom Gruhl. I started taking care of the cemetery about 12 years ago. There are 26 veterans here. We quickly found that a lot of the veterans' headstones had either been busted or removed. So we set off to get headstones for all the veterans. It broke my heart that these people were being forgotten, that the headstones had been knocked over, that some of them had been damaged.
This has been the Black Cemetery for Westminster for all these years. At that time, Black people were not allowed to be buried within the city limits. And the city limits are a stone's throw from right here.
One of the important people here that we have, Nicholas Parraway. He lived to be 110 years and 7 months. He was the first Black man allowed to vote in Carroll County. The city of Westminster would send a limousine to pick him up and bring him to the polling places. Here was this Black man that, had come out, first guy to be able to vote, and how he really turned the whole tide of the thinking of people out there.
This cemetery in Westminster is a treasure and a source of pride, not just the Black community, but everybody.
We set out to find headstones for everybody, and of course, to do that, we had to prove where they were. We thought we would find about 30 unmarked graves, and we found 182 unmarked graves. Our goal is to put in headstones from the military for all the veterans, and then with grant money and money that we get from organizations like Hey Westminster, to fix some of the broken stones here, or to put headstones in for people that don't have headstones. People where we know the name and we know where they are, but to put a small stone back for them with the money that we can raise. We're hoping that this cemetery, we can teach the younger generation why it's important. These souls were buried out here because they weren't allowed to be in city limits. And to keep the work that we've been doing going through the next generation and the next generation and the next generation. And we want the community to be involved. And we've got lots of great plans. We're hoping to put QR codes by the headstones so that you can scan the code and it will bring up the history of the person that's there.
This project is one of the best things that I've ever been involved in my life. It's owned by the Community Foundation of Carroll County, so anyone who wants to make a donation to help us improve the cemetery, repair what needs to be repaired, can make a tax-deductible gift to Ellsworth Cemetery in care of the Community Foundation of Carroll County.
To see it start from just trying to make it so that people can come in and see it, to seeing people putting new flowers and monuments next to the graves of their loved ones, which means they're coming back, they're visiting. To physically touch a headstone for a veteran that hasn't had one in 100 years.
This is not a sad place. It's not. The wind is blowing, it's beautiful. When I come in here, we're completely surrounded by commercial and Route 140. I don't hear that when I'm here. It is so peaceful and serene. It's a happy place. It really is. It's not a sad place at all. It's a happy place. And the people who come to work here come because they love it.
Hey, Westminster.
Let's be awesome.